smile again. Yeah, that's why I'm not Steven Tyler. That's why I'm not in a band. That's probably why I'm doing the job I do now, and probably the exact reason why we have so little views on this podcast. But we're going to keep pushing because we're dedicated. We're dedicated to every single one of you. Welcome to Know Gimmicks. I'm JT. That's my boy Brady, and we're back. Brady, how the hell are you?
We are back. I'm great. I'm ready to talk about the ongoings of WWE and our lives. It's been since January since we've recorded, so fuck, man, we're back. We're here.
Yeah,
What's
something
up?
like that. Little different format. Well, not different format, but different views on the screen. We're working through some stuff. One day we're going to pretend like we know what we're doing. But right
We
now
don't
we're going
know.
to be honest. We have no clue. We're just doing this
We're
for
just
entertainment.
entertainment purposes only. We have no idea what's going on. We don't even know if this is real. So
The time is soup.
right.
And I bet you my
So
headphones are going to die doing this, which is going to throw the whole thing off. But we're going to try
well,
and get through it. So, what's been happening, buddy?
dude, personal life or wrestling?
Uh, I mean, you know what? I don't want to dull the viewers too much with our personal lives because they don't care about us. They care about the content. So, just quick synopsis of life.
Work, work, more work. I think I had a day off, and then
Oh, I know you
work.
had at least one day off.
Yeah, just been the normal Brady thing, man. Just hanging out with the kids, the fam, just chucking it up at the house, doing my remote work home or remote work from home thing, and yeah, this is where I camp. And what about you?
Uh, Definitely work. Life has changed since I got to my new location for my job. So, work, work all week long. Yeah, sometimes through the week, multiple days. So some exciting news. Uh, the We didn't talk about it in January, but the missus graduated with her master's from UGA. So that's why we got the Georgia belt. That's our belt. She says it's her, or I say it's hers. She says it's mine. Blah blah blah. Uh,
What's hers is yours, and what's hers is also hers, right?
Correct. 1000%. Uh, there's been a few additions to the podcast room. Like I said, we got our awesome stuff from Rob at El Segundo. Huge shout out for those of you who don't know Rob is. He's at El Segundo. He's the one that partnered with Steve to make Steve Austin's beer. And they don't have a bad product. They just have products that's not for everyone. But, and I only say that because IPAs make me feel like I'm 800 pounds and it's a whole 5 course meal. But it's the finest American lager in the world. So big shout out to Rob if you're listening to this, buddy. Uh, we thank you for the support, and I look forward to linking up with you again. And then uh, WrestleMania is in Vegas. The wife and I met some friends in Vegas a few weeks ago. Enjoyed some time out there. Watched the Daytona 500. Celebrated a birthday. But I was like, man, look at Allegiant Stadium. And then I'm sure you heard on the last podcast, and much like across the rest of the internet wrestling community, prices of tickets for Mania were, well, being the financially irresponsible adults we are, this side of No Gimmicks is going to be at both nights of WrestleMania. This side of No Gimmicks is also going to go to
I lost
WWE
you.
World.
Where did you go?
What do you mean, where did I go? I'm looking right at you. Ignore him. This side of No Gimmicks is going to get a
You
chance
cut
to
out.
meet.
The last thing. Hang on, time out. The last time, the last thing we heard was ticket prices were through the roof. That's the last thing we heard.
That's the last thing you heard. Disloyal son of a gun. Anyway, so just in case, but I know it's still going to be there. Ticket prices were through the roof, but they came down. So this side of No Gimmicks, me and the missus are going to WrestleMania, both nights 1 and night 2. We also got tickets to WWE World that Sunday. And yes, I got the Stone Cold. Well, the missus got me the Stone Cold meet and greet. So I'm going to have a chance to see my boy again, recreate something similar to this. Hopefully there's some time. Hopefully they'll let him sign the Le Championship belt. Probably not, but it's worth a shot. And then to continue the financial irresponsibleness, because why not? I did order the Blood from a Stone Legacy belt, and I am anxiously awaiting for it to ship.
I think that ships in May. Is that correct?
Well, so some people have already gotten them. So I don't know how they're doing that. So I don't know if they're shipping them based on orders or like, because what worries me is like, well, I already paid my money, so why not just go ahead and ship it? Because I have no doubt I'm going to put eyes on it at Mania.
Right,
But they
100%.
only allegedly only made 500 of them.
I wonder if it was 500 of the Bloodstone and then 500 of the just blue
It
316
was. It
belt,
was
or
500 of each of them, so a total of a
500 of
thousand.
each.
But my thing is like, so first of all, those sons of my gun, they were $600, and then they jumped to $700 or some shit like that.
Yep.
I don't know what my wife paid for it. I'm not questioning it. I get a special discount on Fanatics, so I took it. Um, but yeah,
Works out.
whatever.
Well, this side of No Gimmicks is going to be sitting right over there on the couch while WrestleMania is being played night one and night two. Probably drinking some 316 IPAs all the way from El Segundo, more than likely out of my El Segundo Broken Skull glass that
Yeah.
came from El Segundo in person. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna tell
hey
you.
man,
So we agree that all beverages, especially Broken Skull beer, taste better out of that glass.
100%. I don't drink a Broken Skull beer out of the can.
So
I
again,
drink it out of that glass.
based off the financial irresponsibleness, hot dog water is going to taste lovely coming out of this glass because that's about all I'm going to drink for the next friggin' 3 months.
Well, hey man, it's going to be a blast for you. I'm super, super excited that you're going to get to go. Mania is shaping up to be a really damn good show. So I think that you're going to love it. And, you deserve it, dude. So I'm happy for you.
I don't know about
Uh,
deserving it, but I'll tell you that was a great segue into coming off what nobody cares about, going into what everybody cares about, and that
and
we're on the road to WrestleMania. And
we
the
are.
the
And
number one thing on my mind right now is how Oba Femi yeeted what was going to be a future world heavyweight champion, but the dude now has hip dysplasia from where he crashed onto the damn concrete.
dude, there's a guy my size. Okay. And could I imagine someone just lifting me and yeeting me fucking 10 foot like that? God damn,
Dude,
man.
I need some scientists. So some of you guys out there on the internet, I know you're smarter than me, and I could probably do it, but I don't care that much. I want to know the height and length that dude, like a squared plus b squared equals c squared. What did that dude, like, I understand that obviously Oba's a monster, but to just take another grown ass man and just, yeah.
Well, mock Jesus about 10 foot into the floor.
uh,
Dude, it's wild. I haven't seen even Lesnar do something like that. I think the
not since
last
Zach
time we
Gowen, and that fool was missing a whole ass leg.
Okay, well, I was gonna say I think the last time we saw somebody get yeeted like that was when Big Show yeeted Rey Mysterio. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
come
fair.
on, dude. Yeah. So, other than that, yeah, that match has got to be just a fucking brutal. They need to let them go, 5-10 minutes and just knockout drag out, dude. Straight up. It doesn't need to be a squash match either way. It really needs to have
Yeah,
some
that
brutality,
match needs to
in my
breathe.
opinion. Um, I think that they both can put on a hell of a show, especially when Lesnar wants to work with somebody.
Check.
He will go. So,
Yeah.
yeah, dude, help. And I think you talked about this in text message yesterday. Maybe let them open a show. Let them open not one, not
Yeah.
two. Get the fucking crowd hot and just
Keep it
let it
going.
roll. It's just
Yeah,
like
and that's so.
35.
I, you know, in a world where nobody wants to go on second, like that's my only problem is what match would go second, and if it's going to go
Oh,
on
easy.
second, it's going to have to be hot. So if you open with Oba and Brock, like you got to follow up with that Penta ladder match, which
Yeah, you could.
you know,
Or, depend.
or you got to come up second with Dom and Finn and let them just tear the house down.
Yeah, that or that match may actually take the air out of the building where they need to put something on like that fatal four-way women's match. They very well may need to. Um, Whenever I went to WrestleMania 35, I can distinctly remember Lesnar and Rollins opening, but I cannot for the life of me I've been sitting here thinking about it since we were talking about this. I cannot for the life of me remember who went on second because that start of the show was so fire. That second match didn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
They can put one of the matches that truly isn't a marquee match there just to fill that air, fill that gap, and then let it roll from there. My opinion. I mean,
Yeah, I mean that
they,
I think I was worried. Me and you both were really worried. This Mania is shaping. It is shaped to be good. I don't. So for again, as someone who was at what was possibly the worst WrestleMania ever, WrestleMania 27. And again, I'm not hating on it. Don't come for me in the comments. Don't say anything about it. But let's face it. Nobody remembers 27.
nobody remembers WrestleMania 34. I would have rather been at 27 than at 34, hands down. WrestleMania 34 sucked a dick. I was there. That was my first WrestleMania, and I was like, we didn't get anything, nothing. We just got the card. There was no surprises. There was no anything. It was just literally the card and the match that the show was over.
Well,
So
speaking of surprises, I mean, again, we're not here to insult the fans and go over the entire card, and we ain't got all night because these headphones are gonna die. Do you think we're gonna what surprises are you calling? Do you got any spoilers, predictions, or
at Mania, if they're, I, I don't know, man. I guess we're gonna hear the glass break probably. Other than that, I mean, if Randy isn't talking to himself on the phone, whoever he's talking to may show up. Uh,
who do we not want it to be?
at this point, I honestly don't fucking care
Bullshit.
because
That's not what you said last night.
what did I say last night?
I said, do you want The Rock to show up? Talking like that's how you
Oh
get DJ to show
God,
up.
dude. Okay, but that doesn't. Okay, shut the fuck up.
What
I
do you mean?
don't.
I'm just saying what you
Why are
said.
you even? Yeah, but you brought it back into my mind. I had forgotten, straight up forgotten. I had to not remember that I said the fucking Rock. God damn it. At least that's not one. Okay, so if the Rock does end up showing up, whatever, we can just burn the whole night and be done. And then we have night two to look forward to. So I don't know if there is really somebody Randy's talking to, that might come out, on SmackDown this Friday or even next Friday, before the Hall of Fame. Or is next Friday the Hall of Fame? Is there 2 SmackDowns or 3?
Well, so they separated the Hall of Fame this year. This
Yeah,
SmackDown and
but
the
it's
Hall of Fame are
after.
separate.
But it's still after SmackDown.
Correct.
Uh,
So you brought up
but I'm
something
trying
else
to get.
today,
Uh huh.
and
I did.
again, and wait a minute. So you mentioned that because I still haven't seen it. I've been super busy. I came off work, ate, got a shower, and Brady's like, "Nah, we're recording." So here I come, and I fucked around for an hour to set this up because I suck. But you said that Hogan Andre is going in for the match this year.
Yes, they are.
You said
That's
that you think Vincent Kennedy McMahon is going to make an appearance. So what are we going to do when it's Vincent Kennedy McMahon on the other end of that phone with Randy Orton?
it's not. Here's the way I feel about it, and I sent. I think I might have sent this. I don't remember. I think if Vince does show up for the Hall of Fame, he's going to show up for 2 reasons: the Andre Hogan, and then also Steph. I don't think that they're going to even put him on air per
So
se.
you're not
They
saying
might
they're going to
show
show
him.
him. You're saying that he's just going to be there.
They may show him. They may show a glimpse of Vince. And if they do, good. If they don't, good. I don't give a fuck. I don't think that they're going to bring him back as an on-air character, as him talking to Randy Orton. I don't see the reason to have an 80-year-old Vince McMahon coming in and helping anybody do anything. For one.
Respectfully disagree.
Well, for 2,
Because what if that's how we break this curse of Cody and Roman because now Vince is back to straighten, essentially just running it back on Vince and Flair, Bischoff and Austin. The tale as old as
But why?
time.
But why wouldn't they just bring Shane back at that point? Because Shane has more. For one, he's not 80 years old. Shane has more in the game at this point than Vince ever will because Shane and Steph and Triple H, they're all, I mean, they've got
Honestly,
kids.
I just say that because at this point, Shane's been just as blackballed as Vince has.
Well, he has, but it's, I guess, because
Again,
Triple H and
not out of the realm of possibilities, but I think there, because again, like Shane buying WCW and pairing up with Stephanie and Paul, that made sense at the time, right? But like with everything that's been spread around the internet of Vince possibly buying back with Saudi investors and everyone, for what it's worth, hating the TKO era and now seemingly hating Triple H, the pop and the desire to have Vince back has never been bigger. And again, and you know me, wrestling fans are the most fickle fans out there. They shit on Vince. They shit on everything he did for the last 5 years of his run. Because Roman Reigns is Vince's fault still. I haven't forgiven him for that because I still don't like Roman Reigns.
so I will tell you this though, hindsight, I don't know what WWE would have been without the bloodline. Now, I say that they could have not had the title on Roman, 100%. However, the bloodline saved a ton for the WWE, straight
So,
up. With Usos, Sammy Uso, that whole story, you could even eliminate Roman from it. To be honest, he could be the tribal chief, and him not be a part of any of the matches or whatever. He'd be the champion. But having the bloodline there truly revitalized WWE. There was a lot of God man,
so my thing,
there was a lot of downtime, and the bloodline kind of brought that back, in my opinion.
my hot
So
so I can't tell you you're wrong because again, look at the cheering for Roman. Look what it's done for the Usos. You know, we're and for what it's worth, because of all this, we're still feeling the effects of the bloodline. But at the end of the day, if it wasn't them, if it wasn't Roman, it was still going to be somebody. You didn't need Roman to stretch it out that long. And again, my problem solely exists with how long Roman has been pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed.
right, and so what does that tell you? WrestleMania Night 2, Punk needs to go over, straight up. Punk needs to fucking go over. We don't need to have Roman as the champion. I don't care. Punk can go out on Monday Night Raw and fucking lose the belt. I don't care. What I do care about is if Roman gets that WHC and he fucking keeps it for a year. Why?
So
That motherfucker.
I'm kind of I'm indifferent on it because whether we like Roman or not, him getting that belt would keep it relevant and keep it hot. But I am still a very big fan of the next night on Monday night, he drops it. Whoever, to your point, whoever, if Punk retains or Roman wins, and again, I don't think it should be Oba. That's a little too quick in my mind. But Roman comes out, and I don't care. L.A. Knight, uh, just not Cody. um, but even I really don't think Seth should either. But Braun Breaker comes back because allegedly he's cleared now. But literally take it right back off of him and keep that momentum rolling. Not the momentum of oh my god rolling.
I'm scared to death that Roman's going to win, and then we're going to have another undisputed championship issue where he appears like he's appearing now, once a fucking month,
Yeah, I
every
don't.
2 weeks, and I can't. I'm not on board with that for that title. If you want to do it with the WWE Undisputed Championship, fucking fine, whatever. It's on SmackDown anyway. I don't even watch SmackDown very often. The truth is my opinion, my truth. Punk needs to go over. It can be a dirty pin, dirty win. I don't care. The ending of WrestleMania should not be Roman beating Punk again because he won. Punk wasn't pinned per se, but he still lost to Roman last year. So Punk needs to win, get his Mania win in the main event, and then he can go and drop the title, and then he can go and be a part-timer or go be his, trainer in NXT or whatever he needs to do for himself because he's getting to that point. However, if we do end up getting Roman winning, then what do we do? Are we going to have another situation where Punk's chasing Roman again? Because I don't want to do this again. We've been doing this for almost a fucking year.
Yep.
So it's time to build new stars. It really is. And to segue off of that, I have to say, and this is going to shock you. This is going to shock you. I am not a fan of AJ Lee.
Your audio broke. What's going to shock me? Start over. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's okay. See, this is what happened to you earlier if my audio broke.
Yeah.
I am not a fan of AJ Lee retaining the IC championship at WrestleMania. I am not. I want Becky to go over. Let me tell you why.
For some reason, you broke up again. I think it's your shitty.
Oh no.
I think it's your shitty iPhone. But I heard.
Oh.
You want. Sorry, I had to get one in there. You what I read off your lips, Kinky, was you want AJ Lee to retain?
No. I want AJ Lee to drop the title at WrestleMania to Becky Lynch. Let me tell you why.
Tell me why.
Because we are having the same situation with the IC title that we were having with the WWE Championship, where she's not showing up every week. Mm-hmm. She's not defending it.
Correct.
She's just I'm a huge AJ Lee fan. Don't get me wrong. However, I was even talking to Roach about this during that IC championship match on Raw. I was like, dude, drop the belt. Drop the belt. You know why? Because there's no reason for a part-timer to have a championship title.
Especially not a Intercontinental Championship.
Right. That is a work woman's title. She needs to fucking be at Monday Night Raw having matches every week if she's going to be that champion. Straight up. Because you know who was on air every single week when she was the champion? Becky. And then another Brady opinion is Becky is a better champion than 90% of everyone on the roster. So, if we're going to do this, have Becky go over at Mania, get the title, make that shit relevant. Keep it relevant, and then drop it to somebody who's going to, continue to elevate it.
So we've talked about this. My thing, sorry, I'm actually texting. I'm going to call him out real quick. I'm texting one of our biggest fans right now, Mr. Don Hill. He has been on my ass and to get on your ass about recording. So he's cashing in right now on some other stuff because we work together. So he's asking some questions. But anyway, me and him had this talk.
Hang on. Is he cashing in on something we're talking about, or did you tell him we're recording?
I sent him a picture of us recording.
Okay, good. All right. Well, here's to you, brother.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, me and him talked about this. Me and you've talked about this. I've relayed his thoughts about it. The thing is, the women's division has a problem. They need to get their main event titles over.
You see this?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's part of the problem.
No, she's not.
Let me explain you something.
Explain it.
They want to get those main event titles over. The women's championship and the world championship. whatever they're wanting to call them nowadays, because you can't call a woman a heavyweight, because then Nia Jax is going to get jokes made about her. But she's looking good, by the way. Fucking huge shout out to Nia Jax.
Hang on. Before you say what you're fixing to say, I need to say this. Stephanie Vaquer, with that WHC, women's heavyweight champion or women's world champion,
Yeah.
WWC. Okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
Right.
The white one.
That's racist.
Dude, she's fucking fire. You may not like her, but Stephanie Vaquer can fucking work.
I'll come back to that in a second. So, they take Becky Lynch. They take Charlotte Flair. They take the biggest names and they want to put them in the main event picture for the main event titles. Great. But then there's no pressure and there's a lackluster performance on the mid-card titles. So then what do? They pull your Beckys, they pull your Charlottes, they pull your Alexas, and they make them chase or attempt to go after the mid-card titles, which makes those titles more important, more desirable than the main event. And again, kudos to Becky. I'm a Becky Lynch fan. She's easily in the top 5 of my favorite women's wrestlers. But she is bigger than those championships. So when I say she's part of the problem, people are following Becky, not the title. That is sometimes a great problem to have. But when you talk, so there was an interview with, oh Lord, I think it was Ron Simmons.
Damn.
Yeah, exactly. He addressed rumors. I think it was Ron. He went to get another beverage. So he's got headphones, so he can start. So Ron addressed rumors and allegations that Steve Austin was racist. Because Steve didn't want to lose to Ron. But Steve said it best. I didn't come here to lose. I came here to win champions. I came to be the champion. And you can't have your champion, no offense to Ron, losing regularly to guys like him, to a mid-carder or a tag team. So there's a line, right? So when I say that the women's division has a problem, I think that they are still finding a way to make these mid-card titles mean something instead of the holder making the title mean something. Now,
I can see that.
She's growing on me. I won't, and this is going to hurt even more, but it's taken somebody that I don't like Liv Morgan, to make me focus on her. And I don't know if you noticed this, but Liv Morgan came out wearing negative clothing on Monday, and then Stephanie came out wearing more clothing. It was like Stephanie was wearing extra clothing where Liv Morgan should have been wearing clothing. It was the damnedest thing I've ever seen. Straight yin and yang. But at the end of the day, what has Stephanie done? She still had, since she's had that title, that there has been the hottest thing going has been Liv Morgan winning the Rumble and being an absolute tramp with her dressing and being an absolute shit person, which I know is her job. But she had to go in there and speak Spanish and call Stephanie's mom a piece of garbage, bitch, in Spanish to elicit enough of a response to make it relevant.
So
right now, I still care more about AJ Lee and Becky Lynch than I do Stephanie Vaquer and Liv Morgan. Hence what I was saying, the problem they have.
So, and I'm on the opposite card. I am more interested in the Vaquer and Morgan match than I am of the AJ Lee and Becky match, because I know that Becky can fucking go in the ring. AJ, God, man, I am such an AJ Lee fan. I really am. I have been since I watched Showcase.
But look,
I have been
let's
reading
talk about
her book. Reading her book.
Let's talk about Jade Cargill then, Brady.
We can talk about her all day long, because you know why? She's coming out to WrestleMania to lose the fucking belt.
She
Straight
has to.
up.
She has to.
There's she's done nothing. Zero. Not a zilch.
Well, she's
Fuck
got this
all.
new faction,
And
which that's going over like a fart in a diving helmet. And I love me some Mi Chin. I wanted Mi Chin to be the next big thing. I wanted her to go on and be successful because she's tight with the Good Brothers and AJ Styles. But like, I and I don't know if it's the
hey, look, you want to know what Jade Cargill is? My piss break. I get up and I go take a piss whenever I hear her coming out on the screen. Not because she's not good at what she does, because what has she done with what she's good at?
so back to
Nothing.
Roman. She is trying to work Roman's schedule, but she doesn't have a fucking eighth of Roman's draw, power, or desire.
There, there's a
Like
difference.
she's not hated
God.
enough as a heel for us to even want to watch her get her ass whooped.
Okay, you mean to say something that is bad?
Yes, I love
It's
when you say
Rhea.
bad things.
It's
I'm
it's
holding against
it's
you.
Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill for the title. Okay, so Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill are so non-memorable for me that I don't even know what the fuck has happened since Royal Rumble. I knew that Rhea Ripley was going after that title, obviously, because Liv chose fucking Stephanie Vaquer. There was no other option. I don't have any idea what their storyline even is.
Well,
Is
that's
it
because you have
just?
a family and SmackDown's hard for you, honestly. Um,
I mean, yeah, but it's easier to keep up online. I mean, I seriously, I can keep up with pretty much any other storyline online. I just don't give a fuck about that one.
well, so here's
And
the next thing about
I
that.
love me some Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, 100%. But and I said this when it happened. A 3-hour SmackDown still ain't it. And a lot of their stuff, like you said, it happens when I'm tuned out or when I'm like playing fucking solitaire on my phone and I'm like, oh yeah, because I can't. I love WWE, but
7 p.m., 8:30 p.m., 10 p.m. Those are the three key points. The issue for me is on Friday nights is that I have a family, like you just said, got shit to do. Got to travel to go get my kid. I have to fucking make dinner. I have to fucking pass out on the couch because I've been up since 5:30. Friday night is not a great night for me to sit and watch SmackDown for 3 fucking hours.
well, and so
Netflix,
I'm fortunate because I found a way through an app, legal before anyone accuses me of anything. Stephanie McMahon giving away VPN services on her podcast.
hey dude, good for her.
Yeah,
Another clap.
I can watch SmackDown starting at 5 o'clock my time, which is great
Really?
because in the way my house is set up, you've been here. I can cook dinner and watch SmackDown. I can eat dinner and watch SmackDown. So that shit's going off at 8 o'clock for me. That is great. Like that's still like come in, throw some comfy clothes on from work, cook, watch it, and get a shower afterwards, and it's not screwing with my night. If I'm going out with the boys or the wife and I want date night, there's still time for me to go do that afterwards. So that's another reason why I'm a little more in tune with SmackDown than others. Because
Right.
again, I 1000% think SmackDown has gone back to a hard B show.
Yeah, straight up, it has. However, I did hear some rumor online, and this is happening in Fort Worth, Texas, which is fucking right there, by the way, that there's a very, very high possibility that Nick Aldis is leaving, and there's going to be a new GM in town. Have you heard this?
So I have actually heard that Nick Aldis is pursuing a run with WWE as an in-ring competitor.
That's correct. Leaving as the GM. That's what I mean. Okay. Have you heard who the replacement might be?
Ladies and gentlemen, my name
Dude.
is Paul
Okay.
Heyman.
So if there's anybody out in the world that wants to donate a Friday night SmackDown ticket to this guy in Fort Worth, Texas, hit me up. Let me know
You
because
better,
I want to fucking
bro. Just stick your
be there.
grippers up in your camera and we'll take screenshots.
I want to be there to see Paul Heyman be introduced as the new general manager of SmackDown. Mainly because I get what he's doing. It's he got fucking beat up by Seth Rollins again last or yesterday, and he's I think essentially left the vision. He's the advocate to Lesnar, but all in all, he's in creative and he's going to work that angle, and I think that he would be a fantastic general manager to go alongside with fucking Adam Pierce.
Well,
I
so
really do.
we've already talked about it a little bit, but do you think if Brock loses that Paul will abandon him?
I
Like
think if
like when
Brock,
I say that is because again, Lesnar retirement.
I think Lesnar is done after Mania.
Well,
I
so
think
that's the thing is that would, like you said, kind of release Heyman, and then I don't know that the Vision's going to walk out of Mania with those titles.
no,
Huge,
I don't think so either.
huge title change last night. I was super pumped, not because I like not because fuck Logan Paul and his stupid ass brother, but you know, again, I like the unpredictability. I feel like I finally don't have a grip on wrestling again, and this is the first time this has happened in a long time. Some things get away from us. Some things are unpredictable, but I feel like right now I honestly can't say for sure of anything, and I love that. It's great.
Yeah,
It's great.
they brought us right back. Starting to, I shouldn't have said brought. They are starting to bring us back to WrestleMania 40 vibes, just a little bit. I think if they would have been able to have some color last night between Punk and Roman, that would have really helped out just a smidge. Maybe that's next week. I don't know, but at least we didn't have some fucking 10-minute goddamn lame ass promo where CM Punk talks about shooting jizz in Roman's hair. I don't know. This is fucking retarded. I think that they need to step it up, have a level of sorry, I
That
didn't.
shit's funny to me. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I just like that I'm not the most vulgar one for a change.
They need to step it up like Rock and Cody did. And I know we're going to just circle back around. We've talked about this before, but fuck The Rock, fuck Dwayne Johnson. If
You
he
said it
shows up at
again. He's
WrestleMania,
coming back.
I'm turning it off. I'm turning it off. I'm canceling ESPN, Disney Plus, because fuck that. I'm done with The Rock. Okay, I'm done. What were we talking about before that happened?
You know what we haven't talked about, Brady? We haven't talked about the biggest thing that's happened since we last recorded.
What?
Motherfucking Danhausen.
Oh my god, dude. Okay, all right. Elimination Chamber. Whenever the box rolled out, and then it went pow 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 pow, and then a coffin, and these fuckers started dancing. I was like, okay, this was on the same level as the gobbly fucking gooker. Straight up, same level. Like the only difference is he fucking walked out of a coffin instead of falling out of an egg. Like what is the gimmick where the guy fell through the wall with the fucking stormtrooper hat? Who was that? That's the level of bullshit. Okay, come on. I'm
So,
not saying I'm not a Danhausen fan. I like you're cursed. We've talked about being cursed, not cursed, whatever, for the last 2-3 weeks at this point. That's fine. It's fun.
so
I don't mind it. Great. However, tell me that was not fucking bullshit when he walked out of that coffin and everyone in the crowd is like, really? Like the Miz style. Really?
so I will be the first to admit I knew of Danhausen. I've never like dug deep into him. I've seen some clips. Topanga was on
Cheers.
her podcast. Here's to you. And she was wearing a makeup one day talking about it. But I was disappointed. I'll admit it. And like you said, the best part of that whole ordeal uh, for the program was the one girl almost eating shit as she came out. But I'm watching it, and for what it's worth, I could not help but feel just a little bit of joy with the music, and just like are you fucking serious? Kind of like you said, like
So
really. But what made it the best for me is he comes out, and my wife's like, "What the fuck is this Batman Rob Zombie bullshit?" and so he comes down, and they have to tell all of us, WWE nerds, what he's doing. So he hands the teeth to Michael Cole, and my wife's like, "Teeth? What? Is he a vampire? Is he a zombie? Teeth? What?" And so that whole thing happens, and then the shitty disappearing act, and then they go away and come back, and for some reason they have opened the jar of teeth, and Wade Barrett's like, "Is that parsley?" And I'm like, "How do you know, Wade? How
yeah.
do you fucking know?" But anyway, and then he appears the next night, and I literally I'm like, "Look, honey, it's your Rob Zombie Batman." She literally goes, so now I wait every week. I send her weekly videos. Like if she doesn't see him, I send her the videos of him. And Don Hill, number one fan of No Gimmicks. I walk into his office, and he's like, "You are cursed," or I'll say something like, "We're at work," and he's like, "You don't have any workhausen?" Like he just hits me and it
Yeah.
kills me. It kills me. So I would be lying 1,000% if I said that I don't enjoy Danhausen for what he is. But it's going to fade fast. He needs to get his ass in the ring, and he better perform. And and here it is. And I was thinking about this earlier. Shower thoughts with JT. Fucking Santino Marella is still over. Why can't Danhausen be over?
I'm not mad at Danhausen. I think Danhausen's fucking great. I think that character is going to be a forever WWE character. Like you said, though, they have to do something else with it. He can't just fucking come out and throw t-shirts to the crowd and then, curse people on screen. They need to do something. However, I would absolutely fucking love John Cena hosting alongside Danhausen. Holy shit. Could you imagine
Oh,
how
they
much
have
fun
to
it would
interact
be?
with each other.
And could you imagine if it were a program with Pepsi Phil and Danhausen because he calls him Pepsi Phil? That would
Yes.
be so much fun, dude. So much fun.
Well, so and I was telling my wife, so his list of demand houses, he's only had the pointy picture with Triple H. Like, I want him, like, I know I'm going to say this, and I'm sorry because you said you were done. Uh, he who must not be named, Mr. DJ. How funny would it be if instead of Danhausen getting on there, they just painted DJ's face with the Danhausen makeup? Like they did a whole truck, and it's like Austin, Rock, Trish Stratus, and Dusty Rhodes, but they all have the fucking Danhausen makeup on.
Dude,
Just for one
I
time,
mean,
you know
why
what I mean?
not,
Like,
dude?
this shit would be fucking great.
It would, and then they could power spray it off and move on. I
Sure.
mean, yeah, sure, that would be
Or just like a
fantastic.
one-time rap, just like he curses Adam Pearce or he curses Triple H, and so all the demand housings are met, but there's like some weird caveat. Like I said, it's just his makeup on the superstars. Uh, his Hall of Fame induction. He
Yeah,
introduces the Hall of Fame. It's just some stupid shit.
yeah, and I think that's what his character is meant to be.
Yes.
However, like you just said, it's going to wear thin.
Oh, his
So
shit with I Show Speed, that was a turn that was fully needed, and I think it is paying off great. Because now
yeah,
I Show Speed's involved with the Vision, and he doesn't want it. That is so good.
yep. And, yeah, what was that last night with Logan Paul's mom? Where Speed got the fucking brass knucks and clocked it. That was fucking great. I
Oh,
loved
dude.
all that.
And then they
So
dragging him, and Speed did it great. Like Theory and Paul are holding his arms. He's just like,
I was thinking that whenever Speed was going up the ramp, you were gonna see fucking Braun Breaker just run down and just fucking toast him again,
oh,
just like he
dude.
did at the Rumble, dude.
Yes.
Was that this year or last year?
That was last year.
Last year, okay. I couldn't remember. God,
Did,
speaking of the Royal Rumble, I want to go to the Royal. I want to go to a Rumble so bad. I really do. You know where the Rumble's going to be next year? Have they said anything?
I thought it was going back to Riyadh.
No, that was this year.
Yeah.
They've already done that because
Did
it
they?
was so weird. Yes, remember I kept saying, "Man, this sounds so fucking weird," and because they built that stadium and they had all the lights in the
Yeah,
crowd,
but
and you
I can't remember if they announced where it was. Well, so the thing about so again, first of all, because I've been to all four big summer event or all four events. I've been to the main ones.
well, summer, Survivor Series is, 100% thanks to you.
No,
So,
that's not true. Y'all are adults. You did that on your own. You could have said no. I'm just missing SummerSlam. So I need a SummerSlam. Um,
if SummerSlam ever gets to a situation where it's near you or near me,
we're going.
we're going.
Yeah,
Don't worry about it. We're going.
that's fair.
So,
Locked down.
um, it's SummerSlam's great. Love SummerSlam, and now it's 2 nights. So we're gonna have. I think this is our second 2 night SummerSlam coming up this year, and it's in Minnesota. Maybe did they say Minnesota? I'm excited to find out what they're going to do with WrestleMania for next year. If they are going to actually hold it in Saudi, or if they're actually going to bring it back to the U.S., or what's going to happen. I don't want to get political. However,
I can tell you there's a lot of pissed off fans in New Orleans that would love to have it back.
Yeah, but they're getting Money in the Bank. So
I got a pet goldfish named Sparky. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about shit that doesn't matter. No disrespect to Money in the Bank, but
Money in the Bank needs to go back to WrestleMania. They need to have the Money in the Bank ladder matches at WrestleMania, hands down. It's 2 matches, dude. That's all. It doesn't need to be a pay-per-view. Take gimmick matches out of the pay-per-view names. We don't need Money in the Bank ladder matches. They took Hell in a Cell away, which I'm curious. I've heard that they're going to have a Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania, so I'm curious if they're going to escalate Cody and Roman. Cody and Roman, Jesus. Cody and Randy, shut the fuck up.
I didn't say nothing.
And Randy, because they've actually had some color, some brutal beatdowns. I wonder if that's going to escalate now that even Stephanie McMahon got involved. That would be kind of cool. I know we're kind of wrapping back around, but that would be a cool Hell in a Cell match. It really would.
So
The
I I don't think we need it. I think,
we haven't had a Hell in a Cell match in 2 years, bro.
but my thing is like they're starting to get gimmick heavy. Let's let WrestleMania. Like I think Cody and Randy need to go in there and they need to put on a 30-minute classic. And I want to see chain wrestling. I want it to build, right? Like I want it to start off with old school test of strength. Randy kicks him in the gut, dirty style, and they start going at it. And as they progress through the wrestling, Randy has to get dirty. Randy has to show what he's willing to do. Bring out that Viper legend killer punt. I want the punt to come back. I want to essentially take Randy Orton and run him from when he came back as a face and run him to the '09 Orton. I want him to come out of
100%.
that motherfucker nasty. And we don't need Hell in a Cell for that. And I think that's the draw of that match itself is how nasty Randy is going to be to his friend.
But they
You know,
have to have it in a situation that is no DQ. Straight up. They need that. And you said gimmick heavy? What other gimmick matches are there? They've got the
ladder match,
Okay.
unsanctioned match.
Who is that with?
That is Drew and Jacob Fatu.
Wow. Okay, so I didn't even fucking recall that. My bad.
Because you don't watch
Because it's my
SmackDown.
fucking SmackDown.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we got Drew and Jacob in a unsanctioned match.
So that was the one that should have been Hell in a Cell.
I don't disagree with
Yes.
that. I think it would have been,
Okay.
but again, like the thing. So a little contradictive of what I just said. Hell in a Cell is losing its luster because of how much it's been used, and I
The
think,
last time? No, 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 no.
brother, come on
The
now.
problem with Hell in the Cell, is they created a whole pay-per-view around it.
Sure, I mean,
That was the issue.
we're saying the
Now
same
that
thing.
that's gone, though, they haven't used Hell in the Cell since Punk and Drew.
Well, so they
Not
need
at
to
all.
keep it that way for a. Could they do it at Mania? Yes. I'm not saying I wouldn't like it. Let's be clear on it. What I'm saying though is we need to get back to Hell in a Cell being Hell in a Cell. To your point, they made a pay-per-view out of it. They overused the damn thing. Like Hell in a Cell was when there was nothing left. Hell in a Cell should be the final layer of a 3 stages of hell, not just a cage match. Like we need to make that match as violent as it used to be. And I'm not saying actually, I mean it needs to have the shock and awe effect. You know,
Right. Like Punk and Drew did. That was a Hell in the Cell match.
that was a
Straight
Hell in a
up.
Cell worthy match. But
Yeah.
again, I and the problem with Hell in a Cell over the past 5 years is it doesn't mean anything anymore because people get in. The people get out. I'm tired of that. I want, if you're going to go out of the cell, someone needs to go through it or off the top of it. And even then, that should be used once every 2.5 to 3 years. And there needs to be that drama of the Judgment Day can't get to Dom. The drama needs to be that, to your point, Randy is going to punt Cody, and as the cells finally being lifted are open, the punt connects. Right? So I think we need to keep the cell buried. And then if Randy goes over, Cody goes out for 3 to 6 months, comes back at SummerSlam, or if they don't have a hot build for SummerSlam, throw it in that random, I'm not going to say random, but throw it in that in between SummerSlam and Survivor Series PLE, and then don't touch it again for another 2 years.
They can't do a Survivor Series though because they're doing War Games, and War Games, dude, mind you, War Games
in
is
between
fucking
Survivor
fantastic.
Series.
Oh, okay. I was going to say War Games is fantastic, but the level of brutality wasn't there. So
again, and we talked about this last time we recorded. The bias we had because we were there.
Right. I'm not saying it wasn't. I could go back and rewatch it. That was a great pay-per-view. We went and rewatched that. I loved the fact that we were there. Yes.
You just
But it
loved
was
that Jey
also-
Uso got interrupted yeeting by Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar massacred everyone.
God, was that not such just a good little?
The best thing about the
Just
yeeting
me, yeah.
was the video y'all got of me just toasted.
Yeah, because after your like 8th double Jack and Coke, your
Brother,
$60 drink.
Shout out to my boy Cam for going with us because I bought the first round and then we just rotated buying rounds and we were all smashed by the time that match came up.
That son of a bitch was drunk because when we went and fucking got something to eat afterwards, he ordered, drank a beer, got up and fucking like man loved all over me, and then fucking left. And then there was a hamburger on the table with no one there. That guy just fucking vanished after he fucking tried to make love to me.
He did not try to make love to you. Do not insult my boy Cam. Cam, if you're listening to this, he does. I would do that shit 1,000 times over. That is my boy. Keep your fucking words back. You do not talk shit about Rubber Duck. Do you understand me? Fuck you.
Okay, he was all over me, and I'm like, JT, help me, he's gonna kill me. Good. It was so much fun. I
Well,
enjoyed
I
it.
can promise you this: you didn't want the alternative drunk Cam, because the last time me and Cam were that, 2 times ago, me and Cam were that drunk together. I watched him. A dude literally just told me I was an idiot. He's like, "Don't you talk shit about him," and punched him right in the mouth, and then we all rolled out of the
Oh,
cab.
okay. So I would take a drunk Cam that's loving over a drunk Cam that wants to fuck people up. Is
You're
that
just
better?
part.
You like
You're just
that?
part of the group.
Part of the group. I like it.
You brought me into
Okay.
your circle, and you finally came to my circle.
And I had fun. We all had a blast. I enjoyed it. We got drunk. We ate hamburgers.
Got badass tattoos.
Got badass
That
tattoos.
was before, but
It was still fucking fantastic. So, uh, oh yeah, I guess since you showed yours, I don't know. Should I show mine?
yeah,
Is it
put those
here?
grippers
Can you
up there
see?
so you can get some money.
Whoop.
There you go.
Can you see it? There
Oh
you go.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, anyway, man, we have totally just gone off the fucking rail.
That's what we do. That's why we
Okay,
do what we
that's
do.
what we do, and this is, I guess that's why our loyal listeners love us.
Yeah. I
So
mean, we didn't say this
off
would be a
the,
good podcast. We just said it'd be entertaining.
that's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
It's all that
So,
fucking matters. People don't have to listen to us for the story. People need, whatever. Maybe it is a story. Maybe we're telling a story over the course of years.
yeah. Well, so that's the thing too. Is like me and you talked about. We spend an hour to an hour and a half every week talking about this anyway. Um, we
Why
just gotta
not put
stop
it
being
on fucking
schmucks, and
video?
it might as well just record it. And I think that's kind of where, because when we first started this thing, I tried to keep it organized, and I tried to. I had it as weekly recaps and all that, and I will admit that it was doo doo. Um,
Well, I don't think it was that. I think that
it's not us.
podcasts, it's not us. Like, we can sit and talk about weekly shit and go down a list and a check mark, blah, 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 blah. That's fine. I'm not like that. I think I was the one who kept getting us off the fucking rail anyway.
I mean,
You And then we got fucking Roach, and then we got Tim Bob. Could you imagine? Like, god damn, dude. There was so many just good things that happened. But but I will tell you, some of the best podcasts that we have is whenever there's no fucking checklist.
yeah.
It's just
Dude,
us
when we were
bullshitting.
just ripping it at Tim Bob's house, that
Yeah.
is like phone propped up on a filing cabinet. Round two, just flipping each other the birds, and oh my
So
god, dude.
I smashed these two beer cans together. Should we put these on No Gimmicks eBay and see who fucking wants to buy these?
$1, Bob.
$1, $1.
Yeah.
Starting good.
Opening bids.
Anyway.
Yeah. Support our stupid habits. WWE's expensive. We're trying to go to shows.
I'll sign it.
Ooh. Would you learn to
Dude,
spell your name?
I got a badass signature, not gonna lie. I really do. People think my signature's pretty. So anyway.
Did you have your lower two ribs removed? Because you're sucking yourself off pretty hard right now.
You know what? I enjoy that I have a
Sucking
good
yourself
signature.
off?
Yeah, whatever. If that's what you want to call it, that's cool. That's fine.
I mean,
Scary
it's
movie too.
2026, bro. I don't yuck any yums.
Hey, yeah, and we can't judge each other because that's
Bullshit.
Thou shalt not judge. It's a 10 commandment. Thou shalt not judge.
First of all, you can't count to 10.
I can count to 10 in English and Spanish.
Oh, so you're one of those. Yeah.
Who's one? What's a those? Who's
I
a
don't know.
those?
I'm just saying.
I'm a he him. I'm not a those.
Oh, so the fact that you know that you're a he him and you have to proclaim that you're not a they those.
I'm not.
Again, I don't yuck any yums. I don't.
You.
Back to when I used to be a smoker. Stay out of my face and I won't blow smoke in yours. You know what I mean? So, hey,
Yeah. Hey. Yep. Yep. Hey, okay. All right. What else do we need to talk about wrestling related?
Uh, some
Oh, hey,
just in
hey,
case
wait,
the
wait, 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 wait. Pause. I just want you to know that you have a badass fucking hat on.
you're so, oh my god, I hate you. Yes, it is a badass hat. I love my broken skull hat. I love the pattern. I love the fact that it's as weird as it sounds that it's not WWE. It's Stone Cold specific. So I'll tell you something I thought about doing when I meet Steve, but I know you'd kick my ass. I thought about getting him to sign. See, if it was possible, if he would sign over my tattoo and booking it straight to the tattoo shop.
Do it. They've got tattoo shops at WWE World.
That's what I saw. But
What's
anyway,
what's that's gonna hurt?
so
So,
yeah, you're a bad influence, by the way. To keep it off of wrestling shit, I wasn't gonna get a tattoo. Then you show up, get a little drinky drink in me, and then we sober
hey,
up and go get tattoos. And the next thing you know, the last time my wife and I are in Las Vegas, I'm sitting in a tattoo parlor just getting random tattoos.
welcome to my life. I've got like 23 tattoos. How many do you got?
Can't count that at three.
Fucking rookie numbers. You got to jack that up.
I'm sorry, I couldn't get tattoos for the longest time. Well, tattoos that were decent.
Rookie numbers. Got to crank those up.
You know what else is rookie? Your fucking mustache.
You know what? I can't fucking help that this doesn't grow in, you son of a bitch. I'm not
Whatever.
like Dirty Dom.
Yeah,
God
you look like
damn.
Dirty Joe. Joe Dirt looking ass.
You know what?
Yeah.
Get fucked.
I would love to, but we're recording. I had plans for that
Oh.
tonight, but I was like, I'll put them off for my best friend
Ooh,
Brady.
sorry. Brady ruined the fucky. The fucky.
Story of
Okay,
my
anyway.
life.
What?
Nonetheless, back to the wrestling action here.
Back to the wrestling.
Well, back to the podcast action. I was supposed to come up with the off the top rope question because I fucked you in like the
Are we
last two or three
already
times.
are we already there?
Well, so
Have
whether
we
we're there actually or not, I'm still just really worried about these headphones dying.
Okay. You can click a button and see what the percentage are. So like I clicked mine and mine was at 80 when we started and they're still at 80. So headphones are fucking awesome.
Yeah, I could just turn mine off and on again real quick, and it'd probably do the same thing. But I had it was such a shit show getting this set up. I don't want to fuck with it.
No, you're good.
But it's real cute when you
What?
close out your camera and I see a picture of Cody Rhodes on there. That's
Dude, smoking a cigar? Dude, that's fucking badass,
bro.
isn't it?
He's on the cover of Cigar Aficionado, and so I haven't told you this, but I've gotten back into smoking cigars. Not like super deep into it, but I'm back to ordering cigars. And when sometimes at work, I have an ample amount of time to go enjoy one. I've smoked a couple here at the house. It's done wonders for me. It helps me relax. I may or may not have almost
Hey
killed my
man.
boss and his allergies because I was blowing smoke right in his face on accident. But it's not my fault. He chose to set downwind to me every time. So much love to my boss, but so we have discussed. And here we go. Here we coming. He's coming off the top rope. Yep. Wow. And maybe this has been asked before, but I really don't give a shit. The off the top rope question for you, good sir, is out of all the retired championships, which one would you like to see brought back and why?
Okay, so are we talking about just like retired championship like designs
Nope.
or just
So
like okay.
I'm talking the title itself: hardcore, European, television, lightweight, cruiserweight. I mean, I know those are similar. 24/7.
7-Eleven.
I-95 South.
You know, the thing about it is they've got some really good championships, like the United States title, the Intercontinental title, World Heavyweight, WWE. the women's, versions, and then the tag team.
Oh,
If they were gonna,
clarifying point,
okay,
or better yet, a rephrase.
okay.
A retired or prior existing, because I know at one time there was a faction tag championship, or is. So, like a
So
title that is retired or you have known to existed in the wrestling world to come to
so
WWE.
a faction championship would be like a trios title, like
Correct.
AEW has a trio title. That's
And
fine.
I don't even talk about like the X
I
Division
mean,
title that TNA had.
yeah. So, God, man, that's so hard because they did a lot of stuff with NXT, like the UK Championship and stuff like that. So, in North American Championship. So, the thing that I think of the most whenever I hear of a retired title would be like a hardcore championship. But the issue with the hardcore championship is they don't really have that same style of wrestling happening these days. So a hardcore championship really wouldn't work. So I think that like maybe on the main roster, a European championship would kind of be cool. Just because they do have a lot of people that are from the UK or from that side of the world, that would be cool. Other than
Cough, cough,
that,
wink,
dude,
wink. If we
honestly,
don't go to Saudi for Mania, another overseas location for Mania might be Wembley.
right, that would be fucking fantastic to
Not
have
to
a
distract you from
European.
answering. Sorry. Cough,
No,
cough.
no, no. I mean, but that's the truth, man. Like the the last greatest champion that had the European title was the greatest in the world, Shane McMahon, and that would be so much fun to have. Um, but to be honest and truthful, one of the most entertaining things that we've had in the last probably 5, 6 years, and it was due to the COVID thing, was the 24/7 championship. That was so much fun. Like it really, really was, just because
97
of the
time
amount.
champion R-Truth.
God dang, dude, that championship belt looked like fucking garbage, like straight up ass. I wouldn't
It looked like
fucking
a
buy
Muppet
that.
championship belt, bro.
It did. If you gave me a championship like hanging on your wall or right here behind me, like, and named it the 24 title, a 24/7 championship, and just fucking went with it, a gold belt, fine. That was fucking hot garbage. But the mindset behind it and the way that they treated that title was fucking fantastic. I loved that it could be men or women. I loved that R-Truth had it fucking 59 times or whatever it was. That was entertainment to the core. And there was so much just, I know when you think about COVID and in all those times, WWE really helped me in my mental health
Sure.
and just making sure that I felt normal because I had something to watch and something that I related to, and to have something like that was fucking awesome. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because it was just always spare of the moment. You had 15 people running around the ring chasing R-Truth, trying to catch the title. Do you remember that? That was
Oh,
so much
yeah.
fun.
Fuck. It was COVID.
So
There was
much
nothing
fun.
else on.
Right. And during the Thunderdome era, there was probably 60 different champions, but R-Truth always found a way to get that title back. If we could come back to that, I don't think that they could ever reproduce what they created then.
Sure.
However, having a title that's on the line 24/7, 7-Eleven, I-95, that shit was fucking cool. That was fun, and that would be the title I would probably yearn for the most. However, if it was a serious championship, like straight up Intercontinental United States or like heavyweight title, I think having a European championship or a light heavyweight would be cool. I don't think a lot of the light heavyweights get the recognition that they deserve when it comes to titles, because you've got two. You've got the U.S. and you've got the United States, and there are a lot of people out there that deserve a championship run that just don't get the opportunity because, like we've stated, the big stars that are in play that have those titles, right?
Yeah.
So another championship would be cool to have. So anyway,
Yeah.
what about you?
So I am a fan of the open challenges that happened with the U.S. Championship, the Intercontinental Championship.
Okay, hang on. First. Can I interrupt you for 5 seconds?
Yes, it's all about Brady.
It is.
Yes.
It's all about Brady. That Penta thing yesterday, I thought that it was supposed to be an open challenge, and then we got on the screen. There was no qualifying matches, no nothing. They just showed all these dudes. Like, what the fuck? I thought it was Penta. I thought he said it was an open ladder match, right?
He just said it was a ladder match. That's because you don't speak Spanish, even though you can
Okay.
understand
Anyway,
Spanish.
carry on.
Uh, so I would propose, or my choice would be to bring back the television title, TV title. But the holder of that must defend it on every televised, so not PLE, every televised show. So on Mondays, on Fridays, if they're doing a Saturday night's main event, it's got to go up. But the stipulation is you have to defend it. If you get injured, if you and take away the champion's advantage, like disqualified, your job is to fight for your life to keep that going, and then figure out. So similar to the 24/7, but more in a wrestling-esque manner. Be at every televised show. Be ready to open challenge it, but there's some sort of reward or tier system. Keep a count. If you make it to 10 matches undefeated, you get an Intercontinental Championship match. You make it to 25, you get a heavyweight championship. Or something. Again, I know that's super gimmicky, but again, putting an emphasis on someone working. Because that's what the Intercontinental title used to be. And then somewhat that's the way the U.S. title used to be. And now they're trying to keep those championships on par with each other. And that's why both of them, in my mind, have had that open challenge. But again, you give that to someone like Penta, and then, he's on match number 9, and out comes Oba Femi. and they duke it out. And then, all of a sudden, Brock comes out and screws Oba on his 9th reign. Or Oba makes it to 24 because he had his Intercontinental Championship match and lost, but he still has his streak for the Heavyweight Championship. You get another monster, someone to fuck him on the 24th match. Something like that, I think, like you said, to bring that gimmick, that weekly, and I think that'd be a great way to highlight dudes like Carmelo Hayes and Penta. And then, again, you throw in your randos like The Miz. Make him keep his Grand Slam champion thing going, to keep that in his pocket. I think that would be an interesting take. And obviously the creative minds would do better than me at it, but I think that would work.
Yep, 100%. I do too. I think that would be fucking fantastic, actually, because that would have you something looking forward to, as long as they didn't gimmick it up, and we know gimmicks, gimmick it up too much. So,
But I mean, look at Dom Mysterio with his Intercontinental and AAA. That little sneaky shit has found a way to win every time, and then it's like, oh no, this greasy son of a bitch is going to be World Heavyweight Champion, and then Finn Balor just fucks it.
good. Yeah, 100%. And that's the way it should have been. So, oh, and by the way, we have a Finn Balor versus Dom at WrestleMania.
So we talked about this a little bit, and I hear people and see people talking about it. We do not need the Demon for that match. Now,
I agree.
Now, and I tip my hat to our favorite listener. He's like, but what if we come full circle and Danhausen like takes the curse away from Dom, and then like at WrestleMania, like right before the match, we see Finn Balor and Dom, and somehow Dom gets cursed, and then the demon just comes out and squashes the shit out of Dom Mysterio.
You know, and that's fine. I mean, but I don't. I mean, at the end of the day, I just don't. I don't think that the demon is needed yet.
So
If
if they do it right, I'm telling you right now, the match that is going to tear the house down is the Demon versus Oba Femi for the fucking heavyweight championship.
so, I don't know if you remember at WrestleMania, and I bring WrestleMania 35 up a lot mainly because I was there, but I got to see Demon Balor fuck Bobby Lashley. It was so good. It oh my god, when you have someone as dominant as Bobby Lashley get fucked up by someone like Balor, but Demon Balor, that it's just fantastic, and that 100%. If if he goes over Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, and then you eventually say SummerSlam or even Survivor Series or something like that, you get the Demon versus Oba. Could you imagine the pop you would get? I have a fear though, dude. I have a fear. Finn Balor is in his fucking mid 40s. We're getting there. He's CM Punk age.
So
So
I don't disagree. However, and this was brought to my attention, and I never really thought about it until I saw the numbers of. If you look at the average age of the champions right now, and those guys competing, they're a lot older, dog, a lot older than guys back in the day. But we have better health care. They have insurance. They're getting taken care of. They're not beating their bodies up like Dusty and Flair. Hell, even Austin and Rock and Taker. Like these guys are getting taken care of. So it's not uncommon for the. We're going to start seeing 50-year-old guys going in. We're going to start seeing guys go well into their 50s who look and sound good compared to the old heads, and that's just reality. I'm sorry.
well, it's no. The truth is they're not fucking fighting. You know what is it? Fucking 5 nights a week, 52
Correct.
weeks a year. There's
They
a big
have the
difference.
world's
They,
top doctors operating on them.
they do. Yep. I mean, at the end of the day, whenever you have a champion, like let's talk about Ric Flair or Hulk Hogan, that is
You got me,
fighting
brother.
5 nights a week. That it's a different situation, man.
Correct.
You've got
Well,
guys
again,
that
and
are
those guys, you didn't work, you didn't get paid. You know,
yeah, and they're working for fucking $50, $100 a night. These guys are working for fucking $1 million to $2 million a
and they're
year.
on
I mean,
contract, and Cody tears his bicep or pec, and he's out
he's
for
getting
eight
paid.
months. He's got money. He's getting taken
Yeah,
care
he's
of. He's still
he's
got his
getting paid
podcast. He's
regardless.
still got his vodka. Like he's fine. He's not
Right.
sweating it.
So, is it different? Yes. I the ring's different. The ring's not a fucking solid piece of fucking plywood. Like it's a different game, man. It really is. If wrestling what it was even back in 2011, if it what it was then from what it is now, you wouldn't have people like Punk and Roman main eventing
Sure.
WrestleMania.
Yeah.
You just wouldn't.
I,
So,
and again,
um,
you can call this a hot take. You can call me old headed. You can call me a traditionalist. But 100%, these guys couldn't or wouldn't go through what I don't think they could have made it through what Rock and Austin went through. I don't, and I know for sure they wouldn't have made it through the crusty, rusty Rhodes, Flair, Steamboat era. They just wouldn't. And again, thank God, I'm happy, right? But those dudes, they would have quit years before that. Bottom line.
yeah, I mean that's just the way life is now.
Sure.
Like if
I say
you
that
were
about
having,
NASCAR.
yeah, say that about baseball. You can say that about anything. If you were playing fucking 20 years ago, it's a different game, straight up. So anyway, other than that, what else is on the agenda?
I think we need to record next week.
I think we need to record every week. I think that we're at WrestleMania season. We're at peak. This is fucking time because the next big major show after Mania is going to be a Backlash and then fucking some Saudi bullshit and then SummerSlam.
You're just mad because your old ass is going to have to wake up at fucking 6 o'clock.
For Saudi, I don't fucking have to work at.
That should be at noon.
Yeah, the only time I have to wake up at 6 o'clock is if it's in fucking like London or fucking Australia or some garbage ass
And then you don't do
fucking
it.
time zone. And then I sit there and I'm like, I'll just rewatch it later. And then you'll blow my phone up, and then it'll be a fucking mess. And
I'm
then
going to
we'll have
start
to talk
calling
about
your
it.
wife. I'm going to wake her up to go bitch slap you is what I'm going to do.
Oh yeah, and that's probably not going to be great. So
what's she going to do to me? She's going to fly out here and kick my ass?
yeah, but here's the thing, is that you're not always going to live in California.
Thank God.
Oh
no, what is she going to do? Fly to the East Coast and beat my ass?
She'll fly to motherfucking Japan and beat your ass.
Yeah.
How's that make you feel? Japan! Georgia.
With all due respect to your
Texas.
wife, I love her like the sister she is to me. She would show up and be like, I'm tired and hungry, I'm going to kick your ass tomorrow, and then she'd forget about it because she's doing something else.
Spot on. Spot on.
It'd be like the last night she's like, hey, we're not supposed to kick your ass. I'd be like, oh no.
Yeah, oh no. Well, hey man, it's been a fucking blast. I'm Brady, that's JT. We are No Gimmicks. We are fucking back. We're going to record next week, and we're going to keep this shit rolling, especially through WrestleMania season. And then hopefully beyond that. So again, Brady, JT, this is Roxy, by the way. You've never met her before. Yeah. We'll catch you down the road.
Holla.